Today, I'll be showing you how to build your Pokemon the right way. From natures to stats, IVs, EVs, what that even means, and research tools such as Smogon University, so that you can start building your Pokemon the way that you want to. It should be noted that this is not a competitive deep dive, but it's a starter's guide to help you get started in crafting your Pokemon the way that you want them. Let's take a look. Okay, so hypothetically speaking, you captured your favorite Pokemon and you want to know how to build into it correctly. There's a couple of different resources that you can use in order to research this. On screen is my personal favorite, Smogon University. We also have Serebii.net. Serebii is Serebii, which shows some base stats, abilities, and move pools. There's also Bulbapedia. Pokemon Showdown, which would allow you to test builds in battle simulators, and Pokemon Database, or PokemonDB.net, for quick summaries of nature's moves and stats. Even if you're a casual player, you could benefit certainly just by researching up your Pokemon that you're trying to train and see what stat package best suits it and its movesets, etc. But we'll break that down as we go. But before you do that research, we need to understand how stats and nature shape a Pokemon's strengths. Each Pokemon has 6 stats, of course, being HP, or your health points, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed. The base stats of a Pokemon are going to influence its natural potential. So a nature is a small personality tweak that boosts one stat by 10%, and lowers another by 10%. And as an example, with an adamant nature, your attack stat is going to be boosted by 10%, but subtracting 10% from your special attack, which is really good for physical attackers. In the case of Gengar that we have on screen here, Modest would be a very good nature. That's going to give us 10% on special attack, subtract 10% from attack, which is a good nature for special attackers. Natures are also important when deciding how to train for something called EVs, which stands for effort values. So just as a brief and quick explanation of effort values, for every 3 Wingles that you battle, you will get +1 speed stat to your Pokemon as gained through experience. So basically at the end of a gameplay that you've completed the story, you beat the campaign, your EV values, effort values, will be all over the place because you've been battling all sorts of different Pokemon. Often what you'll have to do is you'll need to clear those EV values, wipe the slate clean, so that way you can start either feeding it nutrients with money, or using time to battle specific Pokemon types to invest in those EV values to boost your desired stats. Oftentimes it is better to beat the campaign, beat the story, get access to the judgment tool, which will allow you to see your IVs and EVs, although you should be able to see your effort values throughout your gameplay. But by the time that you've defeated the game, your effort values are going to be all over the place because you've been fighting all sorts of different types of people and Pokemon and gym battles. So in order to optimize that, you'll need to clear the slate and start investing into those EV values to boost your desired stats. Okay, so earlier you heard me talk about 2 different values being IVs, or individual values, and EVs being effort values. IVs are your Pokemon's genetic potential fixed at birth or when they've been caught. For each stat that you have a range of 0 to 31 in each stat. As an example, a best stat is when you have 31 stats invested for its max stat potential. This is something that can't be seen until you unlock the judge function, usually post-game, and can be improved later with bottle caps via hyper training. So as an example, here we have Spinarak, and if I use the judge function, we're going to see that the special attack is no good, attack is decent, defense is no good. So in order to improve those stats, I would need to see if I can find a bottle cap here. Use this as a currency at the Justice Dojo. So as an example, I have Spinner Rack up here, and we're using the judge function to look at the IV values that it has. Its special attack is no good, and its defense also no good. Meanwhile, everything else is decent. So if I want to improve the stat package, I would first need to get this Pokemon to level 50, and once I've done that, I can then take this item over here, bottle caps, to the Justice Dojo and invest each of these into one stat. If I have a golden bottle cap, that will invest all of the stats. But if you just have regular bottle caps, it will be one stat per cap. So as an example of a Pokemon that I've used bottle caps for, I caught this shiny, it was a Ghastly when I first got it, but now it's a Gengar, and it's now level 55. So once we got it to level 50, we took it to the Justice Dojo, and we take a look here, and we see now that everything is hyper trained. So that means all 6 of its stats have been boosted up to max potential. Earlier, we discussed about how natures can be influenced. In this case, Gengar's nature, when he was caught, was impish, and that is not the nature that I wanted. So I gave it a sprig of mint, in this case, a modest mint, to boost its special attack values and take away from the attack value itself, making his special attacks even stronger. So in terms of effort values, these are training points that you earn from battles or items. You can earn up to 510 total effort values with 252 max per stat. EVs do directly increase stats, and you either train through battling certain Pokemon, because each species gives a specified EV value yield, using vitamins such as protein, calcium, zinc, etc. And if you're going to be battling certain Pokemon for their effort value yields, you can use certain items to boost those yields, being Power Anklet, Power Lens, etc. So plan EVs based on your chosen nature. As an example, for a modest nature, which is the mint that I chose for Gengar, I would have wanted to focus EVs into special attack and speed. And we see that my special attack and speed values are the highest on this Pokemon. So just one last time, IVs are your Pokemon's genes, or the genetic makeup of the Pokemon, stats that have been determined upon either birth or catching them, and EVs is your training values. Now, you won't see IVs until you unlock the Judge tool. As you can see from this screen, I'll have to click on my right analog stick in order to see using the Judgment tool, which we've done here now, and this is typically unlocked post-game. But before you go worrying about the Judgment tool, it's really important that you just focus on learning natures and EVs first, and Judgment tool will come later and assist you at that point. Okay, so just as a quick recap, research Pokemon builds using the resources that I provided you in the description below. With the discussion that we just had, you should be better equipped to train your effort values based off of your Pokemon's nature and how to research that. And then later on, once you beat the game and you get access to the Judgment tool and hyper training, you should then be able to maximize your IV values. And this is a lot of information, so if this is a little intimidating at first, don't worry. As you get going with this, you're going to be repeating this for every special Pokemon that you catch, and it will click as you go, I promise. If you found this video helped at all, leave a like or share with a friend who's also beginning and just starting out. My name is Spookemon, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later, trainers.